We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here goes that. 50. Let's go. Check. Young lady. Young lady.
Hey. High 7.
Darnold on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Mike 50.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike's 50. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Darnold from the gun. And he's got his target. That's more. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Five.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, Echo.
It's been a long day for you. Begin. Red 80. Back. Young lady.
Again, Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Down. 8 read.
Watch the twist.
General West.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 18 Gators. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. You draw forfeit. Go.
Check 24. Showing up. Check 50.
2nd and 13. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nwosu in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 49, check 49. Switched on travel.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
6-6, pull it high.
They're going to need some therapy after this. 5-2 is the mic.
Good.
5-2, Mike 5-2. You ain't going nowhere.
Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield. And they'll say actually right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here's Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
25, check 25, check 25.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Red 80.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9.
Darnold to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tony Pollard, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go defense. 10-80.
Bravo.
Darnold down to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
Let's get off the field.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rush in. Mike 15.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McGee, blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack in the campaign. And a line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Here I come again.
Now.
Here I come again.
My 52.
I know he ain't got it. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Fight.
Operating from the gun. McGee, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Now it's Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And for Darnold, this may be a free play. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Hey, exit.
To the air again, Darnold. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? You gonna get this, boys? You think you gonna get this?
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going right side here, and that's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, it's Hines, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hines.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Here I come. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, son.
58 to Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Oh, 80.
Flare. 50.
Red 80.
58 Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Check.
On second and goal, Darnold looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop him with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Watch the shift. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Ready? He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here we go, young lady.
36. Check 3.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DJ Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken short.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Switch gears. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Slam. He's checking.
61, matchbox lights. Rock it.
A final shot before break. McGee going deep this time, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Let's go.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Too low. Check 52. Check 9. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Yep.
The motion, watch the motion.
Get it.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
You're out.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll...
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Okay, ready?
Watch Mike, watch Mike. Push him back. Push him back. Switch, switch, switch. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Kill, kill,
Yo,
kill.
yo, yo, go, go. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tony Pollard. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Hey, Delta.
At the 40-yard line.
On first down, it's Darnold. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34.
Hey, high 7.
Here's Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard
Hey, Wahoo!
2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and it's 3rd and 4.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Here we go.
59. Now watch one. Mike 5'9".
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Under 10.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's get it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You gonna see me and you're not me.
Check it back.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Defense.
Hey.
52. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
5.
And the blitz does come. But it's brought in by Washington. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Check 52. Come on. Watch the block. Motion. Block. Under crunch.
Look at me. Zipper.
On 1st down, Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Safe.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. Oh, what a juke into space. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Darnold from the gun. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Godwin. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Patch it.
Oh!
Check three.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Hey, echo.
Pick your game.
From the gun, McGee. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Steelers first down.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I can't believe they...
General West.
Check.
Hey, lock it.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey.
2nd and 5. Going up top for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
I got Mike 50, Mike 50.
I got you, punk.
Hey, lady.
Check 6 guys.
Here we go, young lady. Come. Go. Here we go.
Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Back to throw. McGee going deep this time for Mel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Check, check, 59. Watch twist. SOS, red 80. SOS, red 80. SOS.
Now Darnold. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be out right at the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Block 59.
Now it's Darnold. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape. As they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get
under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go. Oh, wait.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Darnold. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Matt Weil now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. This is taken at the 10. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 26. 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Look at me! Go! Go!
Hey, check 24!
6-6, pull it high! Go!
Freeman again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Down! 50, plant!
Watch the slant! Watch the slant!
On 3rd down, McGee. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. This is Hines, and an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On for the field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the upright.